Good morning. I'm going out on a flea market run and I thought I would take you with me to some of the best secondhand stores in Dalarna and share my knowledge as a prop master who visits these places multiple times a year. This time though, it is purely for my own amusement and I will focus on the places that are open all year round. We are going to take this route starting in Rättvik, where I am located, and travel along Riksväg 70 to Gimsberget outside of Borlänge and then go back. If you travel from the other direction, I recommend doing half the places on your way up to Rättvik, then maybe stop for a fika or walk along the beach, and then do the other half on your way back. There is of course other great secondhand stores in Dalarna, but these ones are on a straight route and are easily to find, and it's also what I can manage in a day. If you are in Dalarna in the summer, there's lots of small flea markets and also like car boot sales that pop up, so just tell me if you want another one of these videos. I like to write a list of what I'm looking for to have some focus. Today I'm on the lookout for picture frames for our laundry room and small hallway. I'm working on a house tour of our maze of a cottage, so if you want to see a video of one of the weirdest cottages in Sweden, feel free to subscribe. I'm also on the lookout for a larger mixing bowl, a vintage egg cutter, lamps and decorations for our guest apartment. Now that I got my essentials, we can go. Our first stop is Tillvara in Rättvik, a charity shop in an industrial area just outside of town. But in the autumn, they will move to a better location closer to town. We start here because they have the earliest opening hours of all the places we're visiting today. This shop is quite small and at first it doesn't look like much. But I have never left here without buying something. Here you can find a little bit of everything depending on what people have donated. The prices are good and even on the low side. Sometimes I have even told the person at the register that I want to pay more for something. Among other things that I will show at the end of the video, I found these mugs that my grandmother has and loves. But she hasn't got that many left, so I got them for her. Now we are at Bragehall, which is where I go when I work on a plate and need maybe an old radio or some vinyls. They have a great selection of that. They also have a great selection of furniture sometimes. They also have a little bit of everything, so it also depends on what you find at the moment. Sometimes they have a great selection, sometimes they don't have as much, but it's well worth a visit. Bragehall also has a nice vintage feel, located in between Rättvik and Leksand near Tällberg. Besides vinyls and radios, they also have a good selection of vintage 50s and 60s items. Now I have arrived at PMU Leksand and this is one of the really good places. I'm actually here early because I got here faster than I thought and there's already people showing up and getting in line. They have a little bit of everything, but especially I think like if you are into like mid-century modern, you can find a lot of good things here. They also have a great clothes selection. I also know a lot of people with children that come here because they also have like toys and a lot of children's clothes as well. Sometimes they also have a nice supply of craft supplies because there's a lot of crafters in this area. You can find a lot of like yarn and fabrics and knitted things. The next stop is Rasta och Fynda in Gimsberge. This place doesn't look like much from the road, but in here hides one of the largest second-hand shops in this region. Here people rent shelves and set the prices themselves. So prices can differ a lot, and sometimes you can find the same thing with 2 different price tags. Also, since people rent shelves, there is no sorting, so this will take time. This is our turning point. Now I'm driving back towards Rättvik and our 4th stop at the old gas station in Insjön. Same as with Rasta och Fynda, this is many different sellers, so the prices vary, but this place leans more towards the traditional crafts of the region. Our last stop of the day was Selmas Antikbod back in Rättvik. This is an exception from the others, in that it is only open in summer, but since I was here on the same day I will include it. This is more of an antique store, located in small rooms within an old barn. They have a great assortment of glass and tableware, and if there is a specific brand you are on the lookout for, this is a good place to go. Now I'm home again and I'm so hot because it was such a warm day and I'm really tired. But I thought I would share with you what I actually bought and doing it a little bit also like place to place. So for the first place, which was Tativara in Rättvik, I bought this. I bought a hanging planting pot without the straps, so I need to fix that, but that is no problem. I also bought these containers. I do a lot of my own tea in the summer, so this will be perfect for that. This one I got purely out of joy, and also this one. I'm looking out for maybe like having some of these in our laundry room that we are renovating, maybe like laundry detergent or something. Very extra, but that's the way I work. Then I got this biscuit box. It is very cute. It has a bit some damage on one side, but that doesn't really matter. That's also why it was so cheap. So I'm just gonna have biscuits in this one and maybe gift to people. Then I managed to find some picture frames. So we have a small one, then we have 2 larger vintage ones. For tableware I got those mugs that I showed you for my grandmother, and I have already dropped them off at her house and she was so happy, so that felt so good. But for me I got this little bowl. It's like late 1800s porcelain. It is from Gustavsberg, and I am actually a bit of a collector of 1800s tableware. And then I also got 2 small plates and 2 larger plates, and I really loved this color combination. At the second place, which was Brogehall, I found this. I found a little ornament that is just very pretty. I'm gonna put it somewhere around the house. Then we have this beautiful container, and I'm not really sure if I want to use it in the laundry room or if I want to just use it as a base. And then we have a lamp that is working, and that's this one. I might do something, or I will do something for the lampshade, but it is in full working condition. And then we have this. This is a collection of magazines. The Family Journal, Illustrated Familjejournal from 1892. This is a bit work related because I use magazines a lot as research in my work. When I have a play that is set in a certain year, then magazines is a great source of information. And we have the third place, which was PMU-läxan, and we're gonna start with this. I saw this across the room and I just walked straight to it, and I was like, if this is under 600 crowns, which is about 60 euros, I'm gonna get it. And it was 595. I put it in my basket and then I paid it right away because I was so afraid that I was gonna break it. Took it out to my car and then went back in again. Then I found a lot of frames. We have some just small ones. Then I found this one among the frames, and I'm gonna keep this as it is, and I'm gonna put it up where my vanity is. And then we have some more frames. They had a lot of frames. First we have this one, some more just vintage ones in different sizes. Then I also got these ones for a future sewing project, and these ones are actually very hard to find, especially in this width. So I'm almost like this is the best. The clock and this is like the best finds of the day. Then I also got these candle holders for our guest apartment. Then I also got this. This is for our guest bathroom. So you can hang towels on it and it says good morgon, which is good morning in Swedish. Then I got some yarn because I just can't help myself. Whenever I find a good piece of yarn, I get it. And lastly, I got this lampshade, and it's very pretty and it's very good condition. It's not really my color, so I think maybe I'm gonna gift this to my mother. She's more into like the warm tones. At the fourth place, which was Rasta och Fynda in Gimsberget, I got this vase. This is for flowers, and you can put them in here, put water, and make a very beautiful bouquet. Then I also got this linen towel. It has an embroidered moose on it, and it's just like a little fun thing for our guest apartment. Then I got this, which is another 1800s plate, and this one is called Bramble Wedgwood, and it is made in England. I can't really pronounce the name of it, but it is very, very beautiful. I have a thing for like purple tableware, and then I couldn't help also doing some work, so I found these vintage soda cans for really cheap, and I got 6 of them just because these ones are so good to have in storage because you never know when you're gonna need them. In the 5th place in Insjön, I found this. This is a beautiful biscuit box with different composers on the lid. Then we have some porcelain from one of my favorite Swedish brands. It is by Uppsala Ekeby, and it is this beautiful color. It's called Ruby. Also this one, which is just stunning. Then lastly, from Selmas Antikbord, I got these serving plates. It's 3 of them, and they have this beautiful purple, once again purple pattern, and the only marking on them is Lorraine. I don't know if that is the company name or if that is the name of the design. Thank you so much for watching and following me on this trip. I hope you liked it, and if there is something more you want to know about or you have questions, just let me know. Or if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, and I will share more of my favorite places with you, especially around Dalarna, because that is where I normally is, but sometimes I also travel to other places in Sweden. So yeah, thank you so much. Take care.